You won't believe what Chevy just pulled off. No one saw this coming in an era where electric cars and compact SUVs dominate the market. But Chevy did something so bold, so unexpected, that it's shaking the automotive world to its core. The 2025 Chevy Bel Air has been revealed, and it's far from just a nostalgic nod to the past. This is a car that's ready to change everything. Now, we know what you're thinking. How can a classic nameplate compete in today's market? Well, you'll want to stick around for this, because what Chevy has packed into the 2025 Bel Air is nothing short of jaw-dropping. From design elements that pay tribute to its legendary status, to power under the hood that'll leave you speechless, there's a lot to unpack here. But that's not even the biggest surprise. Wait until you hear what's under the hood. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. First introduced in 1950, the Bel Air wasn't just any car. It was a symbol of post-war optimism, representing a new era of American automotive design. The Bel Air quickly became one of Chevrolet's most iconic models, famed for its luxurious trim, striking design, and powerful engines. By the mid-1950s, the Bel Air's second-generation models had secured their place in history, especially the 1955 to 1957 models, which are often hailed as some of the most beautiful cars ever made. With their sweeping tail fins, chrome accents, and V8 engines, they embodied the spirit of 1950s Americana. Throughout the 1960s, the Bel Air continued to evolve, offering more performance options, including big block V8s, which added muscle to its reputation. However, as the automotive industry shifted towards smaller, more fuel-efficient cars in the 1970s, the Bel Air's production came to an end in 1975, marking the conclusion of an era. But no one expected its return, especially not in today's auto landscape dominated by electric vehicles and compact SUVs. The revival of the Bel Air in 2025 is more than just a nod to the past. It's a full-blown reimagining of what this legendary nameplate can be in the modern era. At first glance, the 2025 Bel Air takes you back to the golden era of muscle cars, with its bold lines and chrome touches. But don't be fooled. There's something different about this one. As you take a closer look, you'll notice the sleek, modern elements that give it an edge in today's market. It's like stepping into a time machine that's been upgraded with futuristic tech, and Chevy's made sure every detail serves a purpose. And here's where things start to get really interesting. Chevy didn't just design this car to look fast, they designed it to be fast. The huge front grille, the sharp headlamps, it's all about maximizing aerodynamics and performance. And just when you think it's all about the exterior, the inside will blow your mind. But more on that in a second. What's even more impressive is how Chevy balanced basic Bel Air styling with a more aggressive stance. If you remember the 1957 model, you'll feel a sense of familiarity with its chrome accents and iconic shape. But here's the twist. Chevy hasn't just replicated the past, they've reimagined it for the future. This Bel Air feels like a modern muscle car that's ready to race into the next decade. Step inside and you'll feel like you've been transported to a world where retro charm meets modern luxury. Picture this: premium leather, intricate stitching, and chrome dials reminiscent of the past, but with a 12-inch touchscreen infotainment system that feels straight out of the future. It's a seamless blend of old and new, and that's where the Bel Air truly shines. But here's the part you've been waiting for. Chevy didn't stop at luxury. They've packed this car with features that'll make you rethink what a muscle car can be. Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, a built-in Wi-Fi hotspot, the list goes on. And yet, there's something even more impressive hiding beneath the surface, something we'll get into shortly, so hang tight. And if you think it's all about tech, wait until you see how Chevy has brought back some of the original Bel Air's most iconic features. The dual cockpit layout, for example. It's a nod to the past, but it's been updated with digital displays and sleek controls that make it feel entirely new. And then there's the hidden gem we've been teasing. One more retro touch that's sure to make Bel Air fans smile. But we'll reveal that soon. Now, here's where things really start to heat up. The 2025 Chevy Bel Air isn't just a pretty face, it's a powerhouse. Chevy is offering a range of engine options, so whether you're looking for a casual drive or something with more bite, they've got you covered. But let's not rush. At the entry level, we've got the 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine delivering 250 horsepower. Not bad, right? But if that's not enough to get your adrenaline pumping, just wait. There's more, so much more. We're talking about a 3.6-liter V6 that cranks out 335 horsepower. And for those who live for the thrill, the 6.2-liter V8 engine is where things get really exciting. 455 horsepower. That's right. This engine alone is enough to make any gearhead drool. And just when you think it couldn't get better, there's another layer to this story that's going to blow your mind. But more on that later. What's truly surprising is how Chevy has managed to balance raw muscle with fuel efficiency. You'd think a V8 would guzzle gas, but the engineers have pulled off something unexpected, an advanced fuel-saving mode that kicks in when you're cruising. Curious how it works? Stick around. We'll drive into that feature shortly. Here's the thing about muscle cars. Raw power is one thing, but it's the handling that sets the great ones apart from the good ones. Chevy has taken the time to ensure that the 2025 Bel Air doesn't just roar down the highway, it glides. Advanced all-wheel drive, adaptive suspension, this car is designed to keep you in control, whether you're pushing it to the limits or cruising on a long road trip. But we're not done yet. There's something Chevy has tucked into the driving experience that makes this Bel Air stand out from anything else on the market, and I'll reveal that soon. And if you're wondering about cornering, the Bel Air's dynamic handling system has been specially tuned to give you the kind of sharp, responsive driving experience that's rare in a muscle car. It's more than just straight-line speed. This car can take on winding roads with ease. But that's not all. Chevy has introduced a brand new driving mode that we'll get into in just a bit. You've heard about the power and the luxury. Let's talk about safety for a moment. The 2025 Bel Air comes loaded with features like forward collision alert, lane departure warning, and adaptive cruise control. These are the kinds of features you'd expect in a modern vehicle, but Chevy's taken it a step further. In a world where performance cars often sacrifice safety for speed, Chevy has managed to strike a perfect balance. You'll feel the power, but you'll also feel protected. And there's one more feature that's going to make this car even more desirable, but we're saving that for later. Want to feel even more secure? How about the advanced driver assistance features that'll help you navigate the trickiest of city streets with ease? Chevy's new Lane Keep Assist technology is designed to keep you centered even in heavy traffic. We'll explore this more in just a moment, but rest assured, it's a game changer. So what's the price for all this innovation and power? The base model is expected to start around $40,000, which is impressive for what you're getting. Fully loaded models could push towards $60,000, but when you consider the competition, like the Ford Mustang and Dodge Challenger, you start to see why the Bel Air stands out. Sure, the Mustang might be faster off the line, and the Challenger Hellcat is a beast, but the Bel Air brings something those models don't: timeless style, advanced tech, and a touch of nostalgia that's hard to resist. And just when you think you've heard it all, Chevy throws in one more surprise that's going to make everyone reconsider what a muscle car should be. So, is the 2025 Chevy Bel Air the comeback we've all been waiting for? From its bold design to its incredible engine options, Chevy has created something that's more than just a car. It's a statement. And here's the best part. The Bel Air has one more secret up its sleeve that's going to change the game for good. If you enjoyed this video, watch this one as well.